So you guys know I love to make a rope tray. And let me know in the comments if you're getting sick of my rope trays. I can calm it down a bit, but I love to make them. So it's really easy. You're gonna need a clear tray from Dollar Tree. You're also going to need some nautical rope. Now you can pick that up at Dollar Tree, but I like to get mine off of Amazon. I'll link it down below for you. And you're just gonna start in the middle of the tray, wrapping it around and hot and gluing as you go to hold the rope in place. And when you get to the edge of your rope tray, you're going to take that final end, make sure that you do a lap and cover up all of the clear tray. Then you're going to take your rope and hot glue it to the back. Now, I've been seeing all over Pottery Barn's website, I've been seeing all these really cool baskets that they hang on the wall. This one I knew that I could recreate with Dollar Tree's paint pen. So I grabbed the Dollar Tree black paint pen. You guys, I love these paint pens. If you see them, grab them. Next, I created a little template with my craft paper because I was making petals and I needed to do 4 of them and I wanted them to be the exact same size. So I made a template and then I laid it down and put it in place with some painter's tape. Next, I drew around the edges. From there, I took the stencil and put it on the other side opposite of it and did the same thing. I also did that on both sides. So this kind of started my whole project. Once I got that in place, it was kind of easy to do everything else. From there, I drew an extra petal in between each of my 4 petals. Once I got that done, I wanted to create a double line to mimic that Pottery Barn piece that I saw and wanted to recreate. So I just went along and added a second line. And I think this is pretty close to the Pottery Barn piece. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Next trend is with creating wall art with craft paper. So I decided I would make my own with products from Dollar Tree. So I picked up a roll of craft paper. I also picked up a really long bamboo skewer. Now they have these out at Dollar Tree in like their section where it's like their barbecue type stuff. So this is the time of year where they're going to be putting these out. So I have a pack of them. I bought mine last year, but grab a pack of them because they're great for projects. So I started by taking the skewer and sticking it through the paper. Then I used some twine that I already had and I'm going to tie it to both sides. Now, after I tied it, I did go back in and add a little glue to the edge just to make sure it was really secure. Next, you're going to roll out your paper however long you want it to be for your project. Now, since the paper is in a roll, it's going to naturally roll up and I didn't want that to happen. So I found some wood that I already had on hand. These are actually shims that I purchased for another project. You could use a piece of wood, you could use a piece of cardboard, pretty much anything here. And what I did was I glued it at the bottom of the paper and then I wrapped it up one time and glued it in place. Now, whenever I hang this up, it's going to weigh down the bottom so it's nice and straight. Then I took the paper and flipped it over to the front side. I picked up a sponge in like the little loofah section at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut the sponge in half so I have a half circle. Next, I'm going to use my Waverly white chalk paint. I'm going to make a fun pattern across the edge. Now, this I just kind of did randomly. Sometimes I'd take my half circle and put them both the same direction. Sometimes I'd face them to each other, flip them out. Really, this is the fun part, being creative. I just tried to not use the same pattern next to each other in the little grid. And I did this all the way up. You could repeat this pattern for however big you wanted your piece to be. Let this dry completely, and then you have a really cute boho wall hanging to hang up. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.